Welcome. I'm Meg Discovery, and today we are going to move into a stability ball movement practice. This practice is for all levels and is especially geared towards beginners. So if you're someone who's brand new to stability ball work, this class is for you. You will need a stability ball. Ideally, when picking out a ball, for this purpose, when you sit down on the ball, your hips should be slightly higher than your knees. We're actually going to start knees to the ground, belly to the ball. But in terms of gauging your ball level, that's usually how you decide. And if you need any help deciding, just send me a message. I'd be happy to help you. The first thing we're going to do is bring our belly to the ball. And then I want you just to drape yourself up and over the ball, and then almost like you're just giving the ball a gentle hug. Toes can be tucked or untucked, depending on what you have going on with your feet and how they feel today. We may even move between tucked and untucked, but at first, just start where you are. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Let's do 2 more breaths like that. Nice big inhale, fill up your lungs. Exhale to empty out. And 1 more breath in, big inhale. Exhale to empty. I love letting soft movements come into the ball as I'm working with the ball, just a little side to side rocking here. And then what I'm gonna play with here is just starting to move forward and back. So I am gonna start to tuck and untuck my toes. We'll start tucked since that's where they were. I'm gonna rock my hips back towards my heels. I can either let go of the ball or take it with me, your choice. I'm gonna come forward, untuck my toes, same choice. Take the ball or let go, your choice. I love giving options in the movement practice because I like to remind people like we constantly have choice, right? In how we show up and how we hold ourselves and our behaviors. And so choose here, choose to breathe as you're just rocking forward and back, that's it. And then you're folding, this is a fold in the foot and the ankle. And then unfolding the feet a couple more times. All right, so the other thing that's happening here is a deep fold in our knees, a little bit of an unfold, and then a baby bit of folding right here, boom, at the hips and at our pelvis, right here, same spot. And so what we're gonna play with now is opening up these spaces even more. So I'm gonna turn just a little bit on the diagonal. You're gonna play with tucking your toes, still holding on to the ball, rocking yourself forward so that we open up through the knees, open up through the hips. You can stay right here, nice and easy. Or you're welcome to go a little far forward, finding hips down towards the ball, a little bit of a pressure. If you're someone who experiences some level of tightness or plantar fasciitis in your feet, this may feel pretty intense as you start to open, right, the bottoms of your feet, stretch out the soles. But I pinky promise that if you start doing more of this work, really getting into the 4 corners of your feet, grounding into the bones of your feet, then over time, those sensations of tightness, right, and tension will start to loosen themselves up. All right, speaking of loosening, let's get into the pelvis. So let's do this. Bring your knees back down to the ground. Toes can be tucked or untucked. I want you to experience access to your pelvis. And so for some of us, that's gonna mean toes are tucked. For some of us, that's gonna mean toes are gonna be untucked. What we're gonna do here is just bring forearms towards the ball. I'm gonna tuck my toes here at first because that's how I find just the most access, the most connection. And then we're gonna just play with cat-cow with the pelvis. So I like to focus on the pubic bone here And I'm gonna take my pubic bone back, almost just slightly, right? Like not too far, right? Just right behind me. Take a big breath in. And then bring pubic bone forward. Take a big breath out. We'll do a couple more like that. Inhale, draw the pubic bone back. Just try to move from the lower body. Big breath. Exhale, pubic bone forward. Do one more like that, and then you can add on all this stuff that I know you want to add on. All the thoracic spine, right? All your cervical spine. Deep breath in, pubic bone back, just nice and easy. Exhale, curl it. Pubic bone pulls toward your nose. All right, keep working with cat-cow. Inhale, draw your pubic bone back. I like to think about moving my nose away from my pubic bone, just nice and gently. And then exhale, pulling them closer together. Inhale to your cow. Exhale to cat. One more, big breath in here. Exhale to empty it out. We're gonna come back belly to the ball, go up and over. Tuck your toes if they're not already tucked. And then push yourself forward, up and over the ball. Find your hands to the mat. We're just gonna play with finding hands to the mat or to the ground, right? I'm on a mat, but maybe you're just on the floor, a carpet, whatever surface you're on. Hands to the ground. And then feet to the ground. So we're finding just all four limbs, right? Whatever we have, working towards the ground. And then we're gonna play with going towards just the hands and then towards the feet. You don't have to necessarily take your feet right up off the ground or anything like that, but just see about redistributing that weight into your hands and then pulling it back to the feet. To the hands, to the feet. Last one, to the hands, and to the feet. And then we're gonna go to the right side. So right hand, right foot. Maybe you lift the left hand, left foot. And then we go to the opposite side. Left hand, left foot. And then switching. Right hand, right foot. And left hand, left foot. Right, left, right, and left. Nice. From here, come back towards center. We're gonna walk ourselves all the way back towards our feet. Let's go bum towards the ball. And then walk yourself slightly forward so that you have space, right? There's some of your thigh is not connected to the ball, right? Versus here, so we have a little bit of space. A little bit of seated cat-cow. Pull your pubic bone forward. Draw the pubic bone back. Pubic bone forward, nose towards pubic bone, and then pubic bone back. Good. One more round like this. Nice big inhale. And exhale will just come to a seat, pause. All right, a few little bounces, get yourself moving. So your bounces, one of the things I love about the ball is the ball will support you to bounce. Your feet don't ever have to leave the ground. And so because of that, then what I want you working on focusing on is organizing your feet. So we're gonna bring all 10 toes to face one direction. See if you can spread out through your toes. And then here, see if you can find, let's say, more of our weight or more of our effort in our feet and towards the front of our feet. So a little bit of a lightness in your heels, a little bit of a levity. And then over time, maybe you'll notice like my heels are starting to bounce. And if your feet do want to leave the ground, then you can find that. What do you do with your arms? I like to let mine cross. And then I like to think about it and be really mindful and change that cross. There we go. Let's take a big breath in together. Nice big inhale. Big exhale. All right, from here, we're gonna start walking it out. So you're gonna use that cat-cow motion. You've already worked on it a few times. So we're gonna use that cat-cow motion to walk ourselves forward, and then walk ourselves back up to a seat. So I'll do it once this way, and then I'll turn either the diagonal or the side to show you. But we're gonna walk forward. You go as far as you can. As you walk out, we're not gonna lower down at first, we're gonna stay lifted, and then walk yourself back. So I'll see if I can turn for you. We walk out, and then walk it right back up. Walk it out. This is where a little bit of a lightness in your heels will really help. Walk it right back. If we're really heavy in the heels, it's almost like putting the parking brakes on our feet. So I want you to see if you can find a lightness here in your heels, more of a gripping sensation through your toes. Last one here, walk it out, and then back to your seat. All right, belly down. I know, that was probably the most work we'll do in this video. We're gonna start winding it down, belly down. We're gonna play with just a one knee up, one knee down space. So I'm gonna go with my left knee up, my right knee down. And then what I want you to do is just let your belly come up and over the ball. Just kind of melt. And then you can hug the ball however you want. And then we do the same thing that we did earlier with both knees down. Now I just go forward and back. So a little bit of hip action. If you need more of an opening, you can let your leg roll away. I think most of us actually need more integration, so I would invite you to plug in first. What does that mean? Think about pulling your femur bones in and up towards your hip sockets. Your femur bones are these big bones here, right? These big thigh bones here. Instead of just letting them roll away, do their own thing, think about plugging them in first. Nice. From here, we're gonna invite in just a little bit of twisting. So I'm gonna rotate at first. I'm feeling called to go towards my leg. So I'm just bringing my elbow, my armpit kind of towards the ball, letting myself rotate towards that leg, nice and easy. If you're like, oh Meg, I'd like to go the other way, feel free to twist the other way. Either way is perfect. Just a nice gentle twist. Easy peasy, big breath. Pull in through your femur bones, exhale, rinse. One more big inhale. As you exhale, start to unwind, belly back towards the ball, and then release your foot. So we'll bring left foot back. If you need a little cat-cow, a little rocking before we switch sides, go for it. And then as you're ready, we'll go opposite side up. So right foot forward, left foot down. Same options as before. You can tuck your back toes, untuck your back toes. Whatever gives you the most access, right, to your feet, to your bones, to connection, that's what the point is here. The point isn't necessarily about making a certain shape, it's more about waking up yourself. And so you'll discover, you'll start to find, right, different ways of doing that, right, by laying on the ball, moving your bum, tucking and untucking your toes, right, taking deep breaths, all of those things will support you in creating sensation. And that's what this is all about. And then what kind of sensation are we seeking? I'm always a big, big believer in seeking good sensation, right? You'll notice the other sensation, then you'll start to notice the difference between like pain and good discomfort, right? Good discomfort might be like a spicy sensation, right? An exciting sensation, maybe a burny sensation that feels good, if that makes sense. Versus pain. Pain is sharp shooting. So if you feel any pain in your knee, right, you can always pad your knee. I'm on a very padded surface here. You can tuck your toes, make it a little easier. We're gonna invite in the twist. Same thing, I'm gonna rotate towards my leg this time, but if that's not calling you, feel free to start to just twist away. I'm rocking my bottom elbow, just boop, walking it down, stretching here, and just kind of opening up through my armpit. And then letting the ball support me here by rocking here. I could even open up my back knee. And take a big breath. Nice. Let's finish this out. Back to the earth, legs to the ball. So start to unwind. We'll go belly down. Release this right leg back. Hand to the earth. I like to bring my legs through, and then legs are gonna come up and over the ball, nice and easy. So it's almost like you're sitting in a chair, And then we're gonna use this almost like that, instead of just melting away. I know you might want to, and you can, but at first what I want you to do is walk your legs in. Bring your knees right over your hips, or as best you can, right? And then bring a little bit of action to your legs. Start to bite your legs into the ball, so it's almost like you're pulling your heels towards your bum. You can even re-grip. I'm gonna lift mine a little bit. Big, big pull. And then we take a breath in. Big breath out. And then wherever you are, wherever your bite is, wherever your squeeze is, I want you to give it all you got. That's it. We're gonna give it all you got. Really bite, really squeeze for 10. So you wake up sensation, healthy sensation, good sensation. 9, big breathing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, more, and then 1. So now you can pause the bite on the ball. Hands can go wherever you feel called, whether that's open or right hands to your body. And then just for a moment, eyes can be open or closed, that's your choice, but just for a moment with your back on the earth, with my back on the earth, acknowledge that we are on the same earth, and that's just fucking magical. And in that magic, right, ignite your own spark through breath. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. And then together, just for a few moments, let's rest. If you have more time and need more rest, please stay. And when you're ready, then start to bring breath, bring life, bring movement right back into your body. Invite it in. Welcome it. Deep breath. Empty it. Invite it in again. Big breath. And then let some movement come in. I love just rocking a little here, especially with the ball, a little bit right to left. And as you're ready, make your way. We'll go up and over to a seated position, nice and gently. Now, you've been supported by the ball for this whole practice. And one of the things that I find about that is it's so magical because it allows us to be somewhat suspended. But now we are right on the ground, unless you went right back to the ball. But for me, I'm right back on the ground. And so just presence yourself to those differences, and then see if you can bring like a bit of magic, right? Start to blend them together. I know you're not still on the ball, but could you imagine it, right? Because you kind of are, right? We're sitting on this big ball of earth. And so then from that space, right, if the ball of earth were moving everywhere, just like this ball is, can you use that as a tether to then kind of anchor it and pull in and up to yourself? And then keep using that, as you go throughout your day. Let's close this practice together. I've had such a great time with you. Take a big breath in. Empty it out. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you for the next class.